Today we're making egg salad. So first you have to boil eggs. So you put your eggs in cold water and fill it up to the top so it covers all the eggs. And then you turn it on high and let it heat up until it boils, and then we'll take it off the heat and let it sit for about 4 minutes to finish cooking, and then we'll put it in a cold water bath to shock it so the eggshells will come off easy. So right now we're waiting for it to come to a boil. As soon as it does, we'll turn the heat off and take it off the burner. Eggs are off the heat, and we set a timer for 4 minutes for them to finish cooking. And we put a plastic bowl in the freezer full of cold water. And then we'll put 3 trays of ice in it. Once our timer goes off, the eggs will be done cooking all together. We'll drain the hot water off and then put them in a cold bath real quick so that the egg shell separates from the egg. Our timer is about to go off. We've got about 39 seconds. So you can actually take the lid off, let the steam out. And what we're going to do is turn the cold water on. Take our eggs, we're going to run cold water on it so all the hot is out of the pot. You never want to dump scalding hot water down the sink. Always put cold in and let it cool down the water, because sometimes that'll injure the pipes if the water's that hot on plastic pipe. You don't want to do that. I know it's PVC and it can withstand a lot, but better safe than sorry. You always mix cold water with the hot boiling water so it doesn't mess with the pipes. Okay, once you get that cold enough where you can touch it, then we get our bowl of cold water out of the freezer. We put all our eggs in it, because now they're cool enough to touch. And this water is ice cold from being in the freezer. So you just put them all in there. Okay, then we dump that 3 trays of ice on them so they get cold quick. And just fling them around a little bit. You don't want them to freeze though. You just want to put them in there for a little bit. Just a couple minutes. Stir them around so they get all in the ice. Once you feel them and they're really cold, not giving off any heat, and you can take them out of the cold water. Now you should drain all the water out, all the ice water, and we'll be ready to shell them. If you've never shelled an egg before, it's real easy. You just break the shell, just start peeling it off. And then I rinse them off with cold water to get the stray little pieces of shell, if there is any. You just bang it on the counter or on a bowl till it cracks. And then just start peeling it off. And it should come off pretty easy since we put it in the cold water bath. So you can either crack it on a bowl a little bit, or you can just squeeze it. But don't squeeze it too hard. You don't want to smash it. Or just, I always put paper towel down and just bang it on the counter. And then this collects all my shells too. Everybody kind of uses different eggs and peels them different ways and boils them different ways. Our main focus is how we make our egg salad. So we're making eggs to make egg salad. So you just bang, I just bang it on the counter like that. We have all our eggs shelled. So easy cleanup since we laid the paper down first. All the shells are in here and we just throw them in the garbage. Now you'll get your ingredients out. Now you want to gather up your ingredients, what you need. So you have your eggs. I have Miracle Whip, mustard, pickles, salt and pepper, and paprika. Whether you want to use it or not is up to you. Any other spices that you want to put in, go ahead. But we usually just use salt and pepper. But since you put paprika on deviled eggs, sometimes I put it in. You will also need a bowl that's big enough to put all your eggs in. And all you do, you can cut like that and just cut them right into the bowl. Because you want a big enough bowl to fit all your eggs in and be able to stir them once you put the Miracle Whip and mustard and pickles in and salt and pepper. So you have plenty of room to stir it up. This is nothing fancy. We're just cutting them up. Bite-size pieces. We're not going for any kind of special look or anything. You just cut them up. Easy. And if you look at the yolk, here, I'll get this one here. See how nice they are? They're not all dried out. That's the way you want them. And because we just brought the water to a boil and then took them off the heat quick and then just let them sit in the hot water for 4 minutes, that's the kind of yolk you'll get. They won't be all dried out. Just any paring knife that you have. Everybody has their own technique of cutting things. I just take the knife around and kind of cut up the big chunks of yolk. Just go around a circle. Just to cut the yolks up a little bit. Be careful with your knife so you don't cut yourself. So you can use any kind of pickle you want. My family likes kosher dill, and just cut the pickles up, small pieces. You can also use relish too if you don't want to go through all the hassle of cutting pickles. It's whatever you prefer. If you'd rather prefer relish like you put on a hot dog, go ahead and use it. I use that sometimes, but today I'm using pickles. And just put them in the eggs. Right on in there. I just put a wee little bit of mustard. Just like a squirt like that. Good enough. Okay, any kind of mustard that you like. Doesn't matter. I use Miracle Whip instead of mayonnaise because I think it tastes better. Miracle Whip is more of a salad dressing type thing than mayonnaise, you know. It just makes it taste better. And I'll put a wee little bit of pickle juice in too, because egg salad tends to dry out in the refrigerator. So I just put a little smidgen of pickle juice in too. Then you just stir it all up. If you notice, I didn't really measure the Miracle Whip because that's a preference too. If you like it really spreadable, then you put more mayonnaise in. If you like it kind of stiff like salad, then put less Miracle Whip in. And if you just rather prefer mayonnaise, then just go ahead and put it in instead. But it's what your preference is. Just get everything incorporated. Put a little pepper in, a little salt in, or you can use no salt, which is a salt substitute if you're trying to cut down on salt intake. Or you can just leave it out altogether because there's salt in the pickles. So, that is our egg salad. Hope you enjoy yours. Egg salad.